Welcome back to DeepSouthEdc. We got an exciting one. We got the Gerber Ultimate Fixed Blade Knife. So let's check it out. All right, let's get this thing open. So we got the fire starter, got the knife here, and then in the back, we got the sheath. So the knife's not bad looking, feels good in the hand. I have smaller hands, and the handle, it has, first impressions, it has this little finger groove here, and you can see that kind of spaces my fingers pretty far apart. Like it almost takes these two fingers to fit on that. So it feels good though. It's nice and heavy. It is made of 7CR17 MOV steel, so it's your premium Chinesium. Up here it looks like we got a little spot for our ferro striker. So Southern Sharp Test, let's check it out. So it's shaven all right. Could be sharper, but not bad at all. All right, I got the piece of paper. Does all right. I'm never any good at these paper tests. Now, one thing that I'm already noticing is the serrations take up so much of the blade. That's like half the blade edge there, so we'll see how that goes. Now, the coolest thing about this, or one of the reasons why I wanted this, is because this knife is pretty much a clone of the Bear Grylls Ultimate Survival Knife, and I always wanted one of those, but now they're, you know, discontinued or they don't make them or whatever. And this is pretty much a clone. So we have our flint striker or a ferro striker that fits in there. We had a pretty good connection there. My only thing is that it does fit in here upside down, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Now the knife is supposed to fit in here ambidextrously, and it does. So not bad at all. Right now it looks like it's set up for some left-hand carry. Well, it's ambidextrous, so we could just flip that around, and now we're good to go. So we take this part here down, and we got our knife sharpener there. So if we needed to, we could go for it, you know. And it does look like that it is on like an angled ramp there. You can see that. So I do like the sheath. This whole sheath can come off, it looks like. So let's just take the whole thing off. So it breaks down into a pretty low profile knife there. Now I just got to remember how this all went back together, but we got it. Folds up. That goes around there. And then this goes around here. All right. Let's do some testing. So we got the stump here. So this is the newest piece of knife testing technology. So let's do a little stab and Let's test the tip pretty much. I didn't bend at all. It doesn't look like. It does have a pretty thick tip there. All right, we got our survival cord here with our wire, our twine, our fishing line, and all that. Let's just see how it goes through it. Now remember, our fine edge is only from here on. It's only about halfway. So that went right through it. Chops almost through it. Looks like we got hung up on the wire here. Got some of that 1100 cord. Just do a chop. Went through that pretty good. Went through that okay. Let's see if we could just cut a piece off. We'll try with the fine and then we'll go with the serrations. So it took 3 swipes. Not really doing anything with the serrations, maybe a little bit. Let's go in this way. Now the serrations seem like they're really sharp. There we go. Just had to get those teeth in there. All right, this morning I took a walk around the neighborhood to try to find some material to test the knife with. We're gonna do some batoning. So this knife says it's the ultimate fixed blade. So let's put it to the test. All right, here's what I found. Found me a big 2x4. We got our hammer from the last time, our stick. We're just gonna go for it. Let's see how ultimate this knife is. Want to give us some room there at the tip. Broke our baton. Not bad at all. Got us through a knot there. All right. Let's see what we can do. Should probably go for a corner and not try to go all the way through this thing. Let's try right here. Yeah, I don't think I could go through that whole 4x4, unfortunately. I would have liked to. I might be able to. Nah, it's not going to make it through, but we'll try to keep going on it. It's a pretty hard piece of wood. It's all right on the 4x4. Again, it's a little too big. Let's try to get us another piece of this off real fast. You know what? I have a smaller one. Remember this one from the last video? Let's try this one. Not bad. So far, the edge still seems like it held up nice. All of the serrations still look okay. All right, it's Deep South EDC, so you know we like to try to make a fire, and this time we'll use the knife's own ferro rod that came with the sheath. So let's try to get some shavings down and see how it does. Let me bring the camera a little bit closer for this. All right. So we're getting some nice curls off the serrations, which at first I didn't think I was gonna really like. I'm the serrated part of the blade, I mean. Because it takes up more than, it seems like it's more than half the blade length. Now the fine edge is doing a pretty good job too, getting those nice tight curls. So, got us a nice little pile there. Let's try this bigger piece here. Not too bad. Let's try those serrations one more time. Yeah, I'm going to try it with my left hand since they go the other way. So when you do it the other way, it's a little bit rougher. This way you get some smooth curls. All right. All right, let's get our fat wood here. Let's get some fat wood curls going. It's like we got a split in this fat wood, so try to get to some of that oil down there. Now the fine edge of this knife could definitely use some sharpening out of the box. Could definitely be stropped. Having a harder time on the fat wood than with the dry wood. Let's try another spot. Let's try this spot. All right, I think we might got enough something to do something with. So we'll give it a go here. All right, you guys know I usually like to stand for this, but we'll try it down here since we're already down here. I'm gonna try something a little different. There we go. Tried something a little bit different and it worked. So while this fire burns, I want to point out another couple of features that this knife has. So it has this flat pommel here, so I don't think this knife is a true full tang knife unless this pommel is forged with the blade. I'd have to get an x-ray or take the whole thing apart and check that out. It also has this like hammer pommel down here, which is really nice. I wouldn't necessarily want to use it to hammer things in with risk to hurting myself, but you know, I've said it in another video, I live in the city, so my knives kind of have to be multi-purpose, if you know what I mean. So that's a plus. Another thing that it comes with is this handy dandy whistle. So let's just try it out and see how loud it goes. Kind of loud. All right, so final thoughts. The handle seems a little bit too big for my hand. You see what I mean? It is kind of uncomfortable where my middle finger rests right there. My other complaint is that your fine edge only goes so far. Most serrated edge knives, you know, serration just kind of ends there. You got about an inch and a half of serrations. This thing's like almost the whole blade. It does have a survival whistle. You know, you should always have one of those, especially if you're going to be out alone. It does have this like hammer pommel. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is a full tang knife and this is forged into it or forged with the knife, or if this is just part of the handle. I'd have to take it apart. It does come with these 3 lanyard holes here, which you're supposedly supposed to be able to tie it to a stick, which I thought about doing, but if you're in a real survival situation, the last thing that you would want to do is lose your survival tool, like tying it to a end of a stick and trying to throw it at an animal. That's probably not a good idea. So I didn't. I originally got this knife because I wanted that Bear Grylls ultimate survival knife, and I'm glad I never got that knife because I'm not necessarily disappointed in this knife, but I am a little underwhelmed. I mean, it did the job. There are too many little things about it that I just don't like. The rubber handle, though, does feel nice, but the handle itself, like I said, not too nice for me. Might be good for some other people out there. So there you go. Another one from Gerber. The sheath is okay. It does kind of have a low hang design on the sheath. I kind of like to wear my stuff kind of higher up on the belt. You know what I mean? The fire starter worked great. Worked in like 3 or 4 pulls. Started the fire right away. It is upside down in the sheath, so that does concern me a little. But I mean, the sheath is pretty good. It's ambidextrous, so I wouldn't call it the ultimate survival knife, but it's good enough. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you liked what you saw, please share it with your friends. If you watch this video on Rumble, please smash that Rumble button. And remember, guys, it's a crazy world out there. So remember to stay well regulated. We'll catch you on the next one.